Follow along. Follow along. We don't know what we're doing. Well, I didn't know we were starting from the beginning again. Listen.
No.
Listen.
No.
Are we doing another one?
So today what we're talking about is like we're really going deep into the DVC. And that's what we're talking about. And I am essentially going to be, because again, as we've talked about before, I know nothing about DVC. So you're going to be,
I'm your guest host today.
yeah, I am asking you questions. So if anybody jumps in and wants to ask any questions, and just, do your guys' thing. So let's see what else we have here. What surprised you recently while planning?
Something that surprised me recently when I'm planning is the easeability of being able to book what we want. You would think so. I just changed our reservation for our anniversary to get a larger room. Being that it's so close, you would think, oh, it's not going to be available. But there were still so many selections for me to choose from and customize our reservation. And I mean, it's just, it's simple to make a reservation on there. But when it gets into the nitty gritty of like points and say we needed to borrow points, how easily it all kind of comes together.
So what's the common for first time people that are like doing DVC? What's the common mistakes do you think? I mean, because we're new at DVC too.
We are. But I think for us, the biggest mistake anybody could make is not asking questions, not getting into those forums that we're in and the groups that we're a part of. I think for us, because we're so new on the DVC, that we have all of these questions. We kind of just went through it and now it's all starting to kind of make sense. So I think it is a lot for anyone coming on. Just don't get yourself overwhelmed. It's once you figure it out, and hopefully watching us, you can figure it out even more. Just don't let yourself get overwhelmed because it can be a lot in the beginning.
Yeah, like we're not using, do you suggest that people use all their points at once? Because we're not using our points. And that's what I think that's the thing that we made the mistake too, is that at first we started using our points and then until we went back.
Yeah, at first we utilized all of our points until we did more research and was like, oh, we can break things up and make it fit. So obviously we have our Marriott Vacation Club, which helps us, but I don't need to use all of my DVC points right away to get the bookings I need. Don't feel that you have to be rushed into booking everything, using all your points so it all makes sense. Do you have trouble booking 7 days? I hear sometimes weekends are booked, so planning 7 days together at one resort is tough sometimes. From what I've seen, very good question. It depends on when you're going. If you're going and it's going to be a very crowded time of year, yes, it can get challenging booking 7 days. Most of the stuff we booked already is on the weekends, and we've gotten options to book where we want. So our home resort is Polynesian, but like the Contemporary was still available. Beach Club was still available into the weekend. So it really just depends on crowd sizes and when you're trying to go. Like if you're trying to go through Christmas, people are already actively. So for us, if our home resort's Polynesian and we wanted to book Christmas, we could do that soon and get that booked quicker than if that's not your home resort. Because you get that 11-month booking window at your home resort, it makes it a whole lot easier to get in there and get what you want real quick, because it's always easier to book and get it in there. And if you need to make changes, to modify from there rather than waiting for the perfect thing to happen. But I would say it really just goes based upon crowd sizes. If you know it's going to be, say, spring break, it's probably going to be hard to get 7 days all the way through at the same resort. But you can always book it for what you can and reach out to a cast member to see what they can do as well.
That's a good question.
No, a lot of people, it really just depends on when you go. Like, we're going Memorial Day weekend for our anniversary, so it surprisingly had a lot of availability still, and it's coming around. But still had a lot of availability.
Yeah, so that's what essentially what we're doing is we booked 11, I think what we booked out 11 months.
Yeah, I booked our anniversary trip at the 11-month mark because I knew it was Memorial Day weekend. And originally we had booked 8 nights at the Polynesian and then changed it and like modified it to make it a shorter so we could just go from a Wednesday through a Monday, and the availability was still there. I always recommend book at your 11-month mark and modify later because it's easier to make a modification rather than trying to book the whole stay, because that's where you're going to get into the splitting of resorts. So, I mean, I think this is a good time just to explain what the difference of booking your home resort and non-home resort is. So when you have your DVC, when you buy your contract, you pick your home resort. Having your home resort can be any of the DVC resorts that are on property that have contracts available. So for us, it's the Polynesian. With that, it gives us that 11-month booking window that I was just talking about. But then every other property, you get that 7-month booking window. And that's pretty much the same booking window that you have with the regular guests. So if I want to stay at the beach club and I want to book that 11 months from now, I can't book it. I have to wait till 7 months to be able to see what reservations. Well, I can see the reservations. I just can't book the reservations. So that's why it's very important to pick a home resort that you love. We love the Polynesian because of its proximity to Magic Kingdom. It's on the monorail line, walking over to the TTC. Like, for us, everything was there. And the biggest thing that when we picked it was the flexibility of travel options and transportation options to and from the parks. You've got boats, monorail, bus, like all of that played a factor into us. And also, we just loved the Polynesian. So picking that as our home resort was important to us. When it comes to the other DVC resorts, having that 7-month booking window, like we want to stay at the cabins at Wilderness Lodge. And with that, since we don't have our contract at that home resort, it now means that we're going to have to wait until that 7-month booking window, which with those cabins, they are very popular and fill up very quickly. So that may be one of those things where we have to switch.
So to answer your question, we have 200 points. And no, we don't feel that that's personal. We have 200 points that we started with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, in my opinion, this is just opinion, that 200 points, I mean, it really, when we talk about this, it's really based on your, how do I want to word it? Your personal finances. It's how you want to do it. And I think 200 points is comfortable to get you started.
And it's also very important to note that if you want to get the benefits of being a DVC member, you have to get at least 150 in points. And at the time of us getting our contract, they were doing some promotion that saved you money. So we originally were going to go in at the 150 just so we can get the perks, have our points, try DVC. But for the price of 150 and for the price of 200 was not a huge difference, because once you hit the 200 is where you started saving money. it was the price of the 150. I would say for us, 200, because we live in Texas, so we're not right there at the parks. So we do have to fly to get to Disney. If you use your points smartly, you can get a decent amount of stays. If you want to just do weekend trips, say a Friday through a Monday, that's probably only going to cost you 24 to 60, 80 points, maybe less, depending on when you go. So you could spread that 200 out. But also you can borrow and bank points as well. So your 200 for the year, if you're planning a longer trip, you can borrow points from the year ahead if you need some to fill that gap and be able to stay. So you could turn your 200 for the year into 400 and borrow from the year before or the year ahead, or you could use 100 points depending on what you want to do for that year. So far, our 200 has given us 2 5-day stays for the year, which is good for us. But who knows? I might look at it again and switch some things up and see where we can go from there. But I would say we also picked the Polynesian because of how new it was and the options. Him and I travel, just us two, and the Riviera and the Polynesian both offer duo studios, which is a tiny room with one of them Murphy beds that come down. But for us, we're not spending time in the room. We're not hanging out. It has the amenities that we need, like a refrigerator, microwave, Keurig, but we don't need all that space because we are going to be in the parks. So that also saves you points because duo studios are cheaper, but they also have deluxe studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. And that was another reason why we picked the Polynesian, is because it gave us the option to use less points on a room and use them throughout the year.
Well, she said, I'm sorry, I'm assuming I can't see that. My K Little.
It's okay.
Oh, it is? Perfect. Can you roll over, Braves?
Oh, Mike Little.
Oh. I mean, oh, thank you for the laugh. We needed that. We were reading
Mike Little.
Mike, I was saying the whole entire time, and you didn't correct us. Thank you. And we apologize. I was saying my K Little, but I couldn't see because I was afraid to hit his profile because I thought I was going to mess things up. Yes, pronounced Mike. Oh God.
Yep,
Mike my Little. God.
Yep. So okay. Can you roll over previous?
Well, because that was the next thing, though, because the banking, borrowing, and perfection not required. Oh my God, I feel like such an ass that I just did that thing. I apologize, Mike. I am so sorry.
Yes, Mike, you can.
Yes, Mike.
You can roll over. So say this year you don't want to travel and you want to use this year's points next year. That is what you call banking. So you're going to bank the 200 for next year or future use, which will then roll it over into the next year. That'll give you 400. And then say you want to borrow 200 from the next year. Yes, you can combine all of that into 1 year and do one giant trip, or do a bunch of mini trips throughout the year with your 600 points. Banking and borrowing, the way I've seen it explained to me, especially for borrowing points, is while you can continue borrowing over your 50-year contract, in a sense, you have to think about it that at some point you're not going to be able to travel, or at least use your DVC. If I borrow every year going forward, at the end of my contract, I'm not going to have any points left because I've borrowed every year to keep going. It doesn't cost anything to do it, but you always have to keep that in mind. So if you have a year where you're just not going to go to Disney or use your DVC, definitely bank your points, because if you don't bank them, you lose them.
And so that's essentially what our thought process is, taking family 1 year and then a bigger room for us, because, or yourself or your partner, whomever, is because at the end of the day, you are purchasing that DVC. So you do want to do something, a bigger room for yourself and splurge a little bit. What are the nice resorts that I can't remember?
So, I mean, like at the Polynesian, so say you wanted to utilize your points for a bungalow, 2 bedrooms, full kitchen, private balcony with a small little pool, overlooks Magic Kingdom. An amazing vacation for a family. If you were to bank and borrow for that year because you want to do, say, a 2-week trip at a bungalow, you can do that, or do a 2 bedroom, or do a lock off. What that opens you up to is opportunity to bring guests, or just have a big room for yourself. I mean, we've done it with our Marriott Vacation Club where we stay in 2 bedrooms or a studio. We've had that a lot longer. But yes, you definitely can utilize your points to do those big trips. And that's really what banking and borrowing is for, is when you want to plan a bigger trip or you're just not traveling for the year.
You know what I just thought about? What was that thing that you can do that if you want to stay at, like, say we stay at the Poly, but you want to stay at another resort, you can put it in your itinerary, and if it, you know what I'm saying, like if it's not ready, it will push it through.
So what it is you can reserve up to, so say there's a week that you want to stay at the Contemporary and the Contemporary is not available. So what you do is you book your home resort, get that locked in, but you can also put pretty much like on layaway your other resorts. So it's booking the reservation for you. So say it's that same week you want to stay at the Contemporary. If a reservation becomes available at the Contemporary, it'll switch it to the Contemporary because that was your first true pick that you wanted. So you book your Polynesian, have that week, so just you have somewhere to stay. Then you have a backup, so a plan B for staying at the Contemporary, which is truly where you want to stay. It'll automatically book that for you.
Yeah, so that is it. Yeah, that's like a wait list for your hotel if you really want to stay, and then it'll just bump, which I think it's really cool that a hotel system
We've
has
done that before. When we were going to stay at Beach Club.
Oh,
it held it for us on a wait list, and once it became available, it booked it for us.
But it's not guaranteed. You are not guaranteed.
No, you're not guaranteed anything. It's not like you have to wait. If you did it and you were a separate person and I did it, it's not like it's who got there first. Everybody's dates are different, and if it fits in exactly what you want the dates, then...
Which I also think it's cool is that when that happens, your luggage too, I think it's really great, will be taken to your hotel by them.
Yes, if you do need to transfer properties, so say you could only do 3 nights at the Poly and then your 3 other nights are at the Contemporary, you just check out like normal, leave your bags with the bellman, and they will drop them off at the new resort without you even having to touch them. So you can go play in the parks all day and your bags will show up at the Contemporary. So at the end of the night, you go to the Contemporary and you're all set because you can mobile check in.
And that's whether you're on the wait list, that's whether that does not matter where that on DVC, it does not matter.
It's just if you stay at a Disney property.
I know about the dining and shopping discounts. Is there any discounts for park tickets, or do you pay the same price as everyone?
So there isn't discount tickets for everyday park use. Right now they have membership Magic Beyond, and you pay $100 for the year, and that gets you discount tickets to the park, so Disneyland, Disney World. But there isn't any specific discount for park tickets, but there is discount tickets for special event tickets. So Mickey's Very Merry, Mickey's Not So Scary, those will have discounted tickets. But everyday park tickets, they usually do not. So far with this membership Magic Beyond, we have it. We paid the $100 for the year, and I was able to get discount tickets for my parents when we just went to Disney. It's not a huge discount. It's usually just the Florida resident price. But there are good discounts, but you are spending a little bit more because you have to get that membership on top of your DVC. And it's not a guarantee. It was just announced a few months ago that they were renewing it for 2026. So for a long time, we thought it was just going to end at 25.
Since Mike had just mentioned the dining, I know we had talked about it in our previous live.
Mm-hmm.
So I just jumped to the questions about that or the information. Since Mike had talked about the dining and shopping, why don't we talk about that quick service that we were talking about with
Disney dining plan?
Yeah, because I think that I feel like, I don't know why I feel like this, but it's giving me the energy that a lot of people don't know about the dining packages and, what's included. And the reason I'm having a brain fart is, do we talk about this? Does it go with DVC? You can use it with DVC, right?
You can use it with DVC.
Why do you look so annoyed right now?
You can use it with DVC or just a regular resort guest can use it. It's available for anybody staying at a Disney resort.
Okay, but it says in my information box here, it says everyone in the party ages 3 and over receive the 2 quick service meals.
That's one dining package.
Oh, my husband is a teacher, so we were able to get a small discount for our trip last week. So maybe his discount is about as good as it gets. Mike, that's funny.
I would say
we don't know about that.
It is about the same. So I, with my work, also get discounts for Disney tickets, and it's about the same price across the board. With his job, he has access to this hub where he can get Disney tickets discounted, and it's the same. The discount you're getting with paying an extra $100 is about the same price that I would if I was buying tickets on my work hub for guests.
But so, because we don't have, I know I just interrupted you, but we don't have kids, and I'm just going to go out on a limb and say there's a lot of kids, a lot of people that don't have kids, but for DVC, is it not worth it? It'd be worth it.
So the Disney dining plan is complex in itself, and it's not really about is it worth it or is it not worth it.
Oh, it's just like, well, you don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not
the dining plan takes away the guessing game of how much is it going to cost for me to eat at Cosmic Rays? How much is it going to be for me to eat at a table service? It takes all that away. But also, don't you guys?
I read that. Okay, you can go ahead and do it again this time.
Yes, you are correct. It is about a 10 to 15% discount on our food. I really don't see a huge discount. The only challenge is because we're also annual pass holders, and that gets us a discount on our food as well. But it's 25% off merchandise. We do know that because we utilize our merchandise discount.
We use the discounts. I like a good discount.
Yeah,
I didn't know that we got 25%.
It's 25% for merchandise.
I don't pay attention to a lot of things.
But the food discount, it depends on where you're eating. Like at Cosmic Rays, if you had a quick service, you don't get the discount. It's really catered towards table services when you're sitting down. So any sit-down table service meal, that's really where you get your discount. You're not going to get your discount at Cosmic Rays, Pecos Bill, ABC.
It's your big ticket item.
It's what you're going to be spending a lot of money on. Now, yes, that's can be said. I have 5 kids and I'm paying for all these kids. Yes, that's a lot of money, but it's really catered towards table service and above.
All right. So our next topic is DVC versus MVC, which this would...
We didn't explain the dining plan.
I kept on saying explaining it. Then explain it.
So before...
I thought we were done with that.
This is... All right. Let's go. Okay, go on to the DVC versus MVC.
No. Do the dining package.
So, like we kind of touched on in our last video, the dining package is it's not about saving you money. It's about strategically planning your meals out. So they have the two different options, which is the Disney quick service dining plan and then your Disney dining plan, which is table services. So what one gets you is 2 quick services per day, a snack, and a resort mug, which we have those mugs. And then what the table service gets you is 1 quick service, 1 table service, and 1 snack per day.
Todd, I think his name was, made a great point about this. Was not to use your dining or your points. What was it? He said not for like drinks and stuff. Your snack items.
Don't use your snack for stupid things that you can pay for.
Yeah,
that's relative, but it's not saying use your snack for a bottle of water. Pay for your bottle of water, but get something that's a snack option that you're going to pay more money for. So going into Cosmic Rays and wanting to get a snack option, they have snack options there. That's what I would use my snack on. I'm not going to use my snack on popcorn. I can pay for the popcorn because I want to use my snack on big ticket items.
well, no one eats popcorn anyway, so
I get popcorn every time I'm there.
Wow, you're a psycho.
So yeah, I mean, for me, the dining plan definitely is, if you want to take the guessing work out of where you're going to eat and how much it's going to cost, do the dining plan. For us, we probably wouldn't use the table service because we do 1 table service on a week trip. So trying to go to a table service every day would be a lot for us. But him and I could eat some quick services twice a day and really utilize that. So it's really just putting your dining plan as a food strategy and just doing what makes sense. So you don't have to worry about paying as you go. You have it. Just when you're hungry, go eat.
And you can only, it rolls over, explain that. It rolls over.
So
within your stay.
So if you book a 4-night package, say on the quick service plan, each guest would receive 8 quick services, 4 snacks, per day.
Mm-hmm.
If on day 1 we didn't eat anything and didn't utilize anything, it would just roll over. So you have 8 quick services total. I could use all 8 in one day if I want to.
Okay. Do you have any more thoughts on the food situation?
No. Mm-hmm.
DVC versus MVC. So what is, I know what it is, but what's MVC?
Marriott Vacation Club.
Bougie. And you guys have it, or your mom and dad, you guys had MVC.
We've had MVC since the 80s, yeah. So we have both. We started with Marriott Vacation Club and then just recently became Disney Vacation Club members. So it's utilizing how we're going to utilize both throughout the year.
What's the difference? What is the difference?
Oh, RCI. Yeah, we used to have RCI as well. We sold that timeshare off like 15 years ago.
What is that, like RC Cola?
No, RCI is just another timeshare company out there. It's very popular.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Well, aren't you guys just bougie?
So DVC makes the most sense when you want to stay on property, when you want to be close to proximity within the parks. And I always say you don't want to leave the Disney bubble. That's when DVC makes sense. If I just want to be in the Disney bubble and let Disney take me along, that is the perfect time to use DVC. When you want to stay at a deluxe resort, when you want all of those perks, and it's almost like an emotional connection to Disney and value. Like, you're on Disney, you leave Magic Kingdom, and you're at the Polynesian. You haven't left the magic. That, to me, is when DVC makes the most sense, because I'm not going to go visit family in Miami while staying at my DVC. I mean, if we had thousands and thousands of points, yeah, I wouldn't care. But I'm going to get the most of what I'm doing on Disney property while I'm there.
Also, the big difference, and I'm going to chime in because I know just a little bit, DVC is 50 years. You cannot roll it over to anybody else. NVC, you can roll it over and it
stays in the family.
It stays in the family or
Forever.
to whomever. You can roll it over to whoever you want to. That's why I went DVC. We stayed at RCI last week in Orlando, 10 minutes from Disney Springs. I'd rather be on property when I'm there. I mean,
we 100% get that because we stay at Vistana, which is 5-10 minutes away from Disney Springs as well, just right on 535. And we get that feeling. When we stay on property, we're engulfed in Disney, and it's going home at the end of the night when you're exhausted from park hopping all day and just taking a bus and going back to your resort and being done with the day rather than hopping in a car or an Uber, then eventually getting that back to your resort. While yes, all those partner hotels are super close, but there's more steps and you leave the bubble. We leave Disney and go to our resort. And while we love Vistana and being in that mini bubble, we 100% get that. It's just a completely different feeling.
No, and I mean, I love Disney, probably not as much as Jason does, but sometimes, I do like getting away from Disney and going to Vistana or NBC and stuff and getting away from that and getting into that little situation is amazing. So yeah. So NVC, do we want to talk about if you can merge points? Because I know that we've talked about that with you and your mom and stuff. Like, can you merge the NBC points and the DVC points?
No.
You can't merge those.
You can use your DVC to book Interval International.
That right there.
And you can use your MVC to book Interval International, but they will not ever be combined. It would be two separate. So if I booked a week with interval points with DVC, I would then book a week with my MVC if I wanted to do a 2-week stay. Be two separate reservations.
It's a headache, so just keep them separate.
It's not a headache if you know what you're doing. It just takes more work. It's not like you're going to put all of these points into a bucket and be able to pull from that bucket. They're still two separate things.
Oh, shoot.
Take the Swan and Dolphin. That is a Marriott property. And we can utilize our points to stay there. Then I could leave and book a stay at Beach Club right down the way and do a vacation in the Marriott Vacation Club in the beginning into a Disney. The only thing is they don't transfer your luggage for you, so you have to do it yourself. But that's how we would mix it. We've stayed at the Swan and Dolphin before. It's a very beautiful hotel. But then going right into DVC, you could stay at the Polynesian, you could stay wherever. But just know you have to take an Uber, drive yourself, minivan, all that to get where you're going.
But neither is perfect.
No.
DVC pressure versus payoff.
So the pressure, I wouldn't say we really experienced much pressure except for early at the end of the year last year, or getting closer to the end of this year, is worrying about, do I need to bank my points? I mean, we only had like 15 points to bank, but I was nervous and I didn't understand much about banking and borrowing. And with Marriott Vacation Club, it's easy to just roll your points over rather than waiting for a specific time period to bank and borrow.
And then the flexibility versus transportation. I mean, that's just like...
I mean, it's just two different worlds. It's there is flexibility in booking Marriott because Marriott's everywhere. But then you lose the transportation when you're on Disney property because the buses, say from Swan and Dolphin, only drop you off at the transportation and ticket center and not at the parks.
So Mike said you can't combine RCI and DVC. Disney was part of RCI 3 years ago, but they are no longer a part of that. Now they are part of And that interval is what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. So I think, when it comes to Marriott Vacation Club and Disney Vacation Club, it's really all about the flexibility of where you can stay. I can use my Marriott Vacation Club anywhere. The costs are about the same, but I get more flexibility of being able to stay on Disney property, off Disney property, in Bonnet Creek, at the JW if I want to. It's just you still kind of lose that Disney bubble feeling because you're not staying at Disney. For me with Marriott Vacation Club, like at Vistana, we get a huge room for not as much points as I would use at in DVC. We would get a 2-bedroom most every time that we go, and we get space because it's an older resort. So almost like old Key West, of how old that is. I mean, it's not that old, but you get space. If you want to escape the Disney bubble and get yourself rest days, if you want to have those non-park times where you could just go back to your resort bubble and relax like we do at Vistana. We have a day where we just spend the day at the pool at Vistana. We're not in Disney. Usually we're doing that for our huge 14-day trips. So we wouldn't do it really for a week. But for us, we do enjoy being able to leave the Disney bubble for those moments to get away from it all and just focus on being at the pool and not surrounded by Disney. Yeah, so also I would say, Mike, the biggest thing that we learned when we did our DVC was all you have to put is $1,000 down at signing and you're a DVC member. So say your down payment's $4,000 if you're financing. You put the $1,000 down, you sign your paperwork, you leave, and you're a DVC member. You have 30 days then to pay the difference. If you don't pay the difference, say within a week or within a couple days, they're going to charge you interest daily on top of it. So when you go to pay it, and say you wait the 30 days and you pay it at the end, you're paying that down payment difference plus daily interest that accrues each day. So you're accruing interest every day. And we found that out the hard way because we paid the other half 2 weeks in, and the bill was not what we thought it was going to be, and figured out you get charged interest daily. So just know that. If you can afford, I mean, it's great to be able, because they don't want you to have to shell out $4,000 or $5,000 or however much it is for your down payment. It's great that I can just put $1,000 down and walk out, but just know you should pay it shortly after and be done with it because it's going to accrue interest daily.
I mean, you would think, to us, we're like, yeah, people might say, yeah, you're
going to accrue interest.
But, sometimes when you're in the moment, you forget about that stuff. And it's like,
yeah,
you forget. And then you get hit with this bill and it's, well, that would have probably been nice to know.
Yeah.
What was that other thing, though, is if you don't use your points or you don't want to use your points that year, you can actually...
We talked about that. Banking and borrowing.
Yeah, but you can get a check for those points.
So that's only for when you sign.
I thought if we don't go this year, we can sell them.
No. Can't sell it back to Disney. They stopped it.
When did they stop doing that?
Shortly after we signed our contract.
Not saying that we were going to do it.
So
there's a lot of people you'll find that do it.
So what you do is when you sign your contract. So we signed our contract in July of this year, and obviously we were already on vacation and weren't going to be able to utilize those points this year unless we decided to go later in the year, which we weren't.
Because we had things booked.
Correct. And what they do is they will pay you out for that year's points, in a sense. So we got paid for our 2024 points in a check, which how they explain it is you're putting X amount of money down for your down payment. You then can utilize those points as payment because they're going to send you a check for about the same amount. And that's what we did.
Yeah, and a lot of people also, I think you said that it was in the contract, that don't sell your points. So let's say, for instance, someone in your family wants to go to Disney and you're not going that year for whatever reason, and they want to use your DVC points, you can sell those points to them, and then they can go. Am I explaining that right? So that's a big, you can't do that, right?
Correct. They are cracking down on renting out your points.
Right. Yeah, that's what it was. So you can't rent your points out. And you'll see on, and we are being those people, you see people on Facebook saying, oh, we rent them out, and it's like a business. People make it like a business. Don't, because you're going to get busted. So whoever's doing it, you're going to get busted, and they're going to crack down, and it's going to be an issue for everybody. Properties are not a part of DVC. You can still stay at them, right? Do you pay cash and not use your points then? Do you get a discount on those? That's a good question, actually. Like Caribbean Beach Club.
So you don't get a discount for being a DVC member staying at a non-DVC resort. You can. What I don't recommend is utilizing your DVC points if you wanted to stay at Caribbean Beach. You can take your points and convert them into being able to stay at a non-DVC resort. The money equivalence isn't worth it, which is why I don't recommend it. But you would just pay out in cash if you were to stay at that property. If you didn't want to use your points and that's the property you wanted to stay at, but you don't get a discount on the reservation.
Oh, no,
But I will say, Mike, in some investigating and some playing around with the DVC, I spoke to a cast member. There are packages that they can build you,
yes,
and it will bring down the price. So while it's so much easier these days to book everything online, if you call reservations, whether it's your DVC person or you just call regular reservations, they can build a package for you that doesn't, like, we're annual pass holders, so they didn't put tickets into it for us, but it was outside of our DVC and it significantly dropped the price. I don't know what this woman did on her end to make the price, but there are packages that the reservations team can make for you special for your stays. So I always recommend, if you are wanting to stay at an off DVC, non-DVC resort, call reservations, tell them what your plans are, tell them the date you want to go, and they can customize a trip. And we were going to get free gifts at check-in and some other stuff. But it came with perks. So definitely check out booking straight through reservations. You may wait on hold because it's calling a number, but definitely try it.
Yeah, because they had like mini golf that they were going to add on or something like that.
They got like free mini golf and stuff. I mean, you're asking the good questions, and it's just making my gears spin.
Not me. Do you just want to jump into the DVC updates, or do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I think the next thing we should talk about is the DVC updates. I mean, we touched on membership Magic Beyond coming back up in 2026, same price as it is this year. Mike, this may be good for you if you do become a DVC member and do the membership Magic Beyond. Is this time around, the benefits include discounted weekday theme park tickets, so 5 days Walt Disney tickets with water park and sports options, discounted 3-day Disneyland tickets with Lightning Lane. We get a 30-day Memory Maker, which they gave us last year. Our number one favorite benefit of the whole thing is preferred member lounge access. So not having to wait forever to get into the Magic Kingdom lounge if we want to go into that one because it's small. Bonus one-time use points. So you can pay to use your points. Yeah, and there's a bunch of stuff for Alani over at, not Alani. Yeah. In Hawaii. We already touched on, cracking down on the point rentals. I mean, Disney obviously doesn't want you making money off of their program, so they're now cracking down on the use of point rentals. So they're explicitly requiring you to use your reservation for personal use and not commercial use, so selling it. I mean, it's always been in our contracts, but now they're just pushing hard on it. And at the end of the day, Disney now has sign-off approval on what they consider and interpret as personal use.
Now, with that being said, I just want to recap. We're not those police that are going on and saying, "Ooh, you're going to get in trouble. You shouldn't do that. I'm snitching." Like, we don't care what you do. We don't care what anybody does. But we're not selling our points to anybody. That's for sure.
So I work in the hotel industry, and I can say, yes, that is 100% true. You can see what people are doing with their reservations, and people do it for the company I work for, and they do it all the time. Try to switch out names, and from our end, it is very easy to catch, and I think that's Disney's leverage right now is I can book a reservation for my parents right now on our DVC and not show up and just change the name. Yes, it's very easy to do, but the people on the other end who look at this system all the time catch it. So, I mean, really, I think what Disney is trying to do is people who frequently never use their own points and are always renting their points out to make profit. They're not going after, oh, I just want to send my parents this one time. I think it's when you're doing a high volume of
Yeah,
rentals.
I think that makes sense. Yeah. If you're just trying to be a profiteer off of it.
Yeah, it's occasional renting is still normal. It's the commercial level of renting to make profit off of it.
Yeah. Do you think we should mention really quickly, I know that we're doing the updates, but do you think also we should mention the buying direct versus resale?
I think that's a whole other episode because we could briefly touch on it. Yeah. So direct is buying direct through Disney, going to a sales office and buying with Disney. Resale. Tell me more about the lounges. Oh, we can talk about.
Oh, we love a lounge.
We love a good lounge. Resale is when you're buying third party. So whether it's through a company that sells them or you have one and sell it to me, that's third party. You lose the benefits. While yes, the big thing is you're saving money on your contracts. Some of these contracts, you can't stay at newer resorts that are built. So you wouldn't be able to stay at Polynesian Tower. You wouldn't be able to stay at Riviera. Lake Shore, you're not going to be able to stay there.
You might not get into the lounges.
You won't be able to get into.
You won't get into the lounges
unless you were unless that contract was grandfathered in. You can't go to the lounges. You don't get your DVC discount. All of those perks disappear for you. You really just can use your points, stay at a resort, and that's it.
Yeah.
Tell me more about the lounges. Okay, so
I love a good
love the lounges. My favorite one is the Epcot Lounge above Figment in the glass pyramids. It's the largest, so there's never really a wait to get up there. But that lounge is amazing. They all pretty much have the same stuff, just different atmospheres. Drinks, unlimited drinks, your graham crackers.
I didn't tell you what my favorite one was.
What's your favorite one?
The one that is like the cabin.
Magic Kingdoms.
Yeah, not Figment.
I love that one. It's just because you don't have to wait. It's big.
Yeah.
And you're in the pyramid.
The other one is the cabin. It's the newest one that they have.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. Small. But it's more of a vibe.
Yeah.
It's themed.
I mean, it fits into Frontierland. It's where the old shooting arcade used to be. They converted that into the new Magic Kingdom lounge. It's very cute. It all has the same thing where you can charge your phone, drink, snacks, and all of that, unlimited. There is no hot food that ever goes out, but it's mostly just the snacks and drinks. But it's an amazing place to just get away.
For that one, I've seen online people asking if you need a reservation. For any of them, it depends on capacity. So for the Frontier one, we walked up and because it was a new one, it was a type of reservation if I'm, saying that, not saying it right, but if you will.
So when it's not, I wouldn't say it's a reservation.
That's what I'm saying. It's not really, it's a wait list.
It was a wait list.
Which would be a reservation.
It was, so we were put on a wait list.
You're like, no, it's not.
We were put on a wait list, and because of the capacity, we had to wait for people to leave for us to go in. With our membership Magic Beyond, we get put to the top of the list, or if other people have it, you get put to the top. So anybody who doesn't have membership Beyond still has to wait. You get put above them and can go in the lounge sooner. The Epcot one is huge. Obviously, it's in the pyramid. Then there's also one at Disney Springs. We haven't gone into that one because when we're at Disney Springs, we kind of just get in and get out. That's supposedly a very nice one as well. And then the last one at Disney World is going to be in Bay Lake Tower at the rooftop, called Villain's Lair. It's a bar. That one has hot food. That one has a bar.
Why haven't we went to that one yet?
Because we just never gone to Bay Lake Tower.
And we're gonna.
Sure. Actually, on this day, we could take the monorail over.
And how many people are allowed to go? Because isn't it 4?
You plus the member plus 4.
The member plus 4 can go, and it's only for DVC.
Yes.
So it's not.
That's why it's a DVC lounge.
Well, I just wanted to say that because I feel bougie now. Going to the lounge, you're gonna feel like you're royalty when you go in there. Yes, Mike, because that's what you're gonna feel like when you go in there. You're gonna look at everybody else, and you're gonna like these peasants. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. So get you and your partner on the DVC, because when you walk in there, you're gonna look behind you like these peasants can't come into our clubhouse.
You sound like a kid with a treehouse. No girls allowed.
I mean, for obvious reasons.
But
I need to write this down. All this lounge info is new to me. I mean, see, but that's all we care about though, is the lounge. Because they have soda, they have graham crackers. That's all I care about.
They have snacks. Especially if you're going in the middle of summer, it's a place to get away from the heat, and you can spend as much time as you want. You want to sit up there for 4 hours? Sit up there for 4 hours. They don't care. And then with our membership Magic Beyond, we got to go after the lounge technically closes, and they have extended hours, and they have characters up there. When we went, we saw Mickey and Minnie. They have the rabbit, I don't know his name, and the fox from Zootopia that was there a couple days ago. I saw on social media. But yeah, so you get to be there past when it normally closes. And then they do have lounges at Disneyland as well. I don't know where because we haven't gone. But yes, there are 4 at Disney World. And I wish they would have one at every park.
Oh. Well, I like the ones that they have at any rate. Okay, let's get back to the update. So, and it was $99 for that.
$99 a year.
99 beans for that. What is it called? Membership Magic Beyond, which that is one of the perks for the lounge where you get pushed to the top. Correct? I mean, there's other perks, but that's that 99, and that's for the whole entire year.
Yeah, so $99 for the year. You don't have to pay anything extra.
Okay. Where were you?
Update 4. Resale and contract cost changes. So starting next year, DVC is charging a new $500 contract administration fee for all resale contract closings. So just like we were talking about direct and resale, if you are to purchase a resale, Disney is now applying a $500 fee on top of it as a closing cost. So this applies to any contracts that are signed after January 1st. Contracts signed up until the 31st don't accrue the fee. Yes, the drinks and snacks in the lounge are free. Oh yes, they're free, and you can have as many as you want. So the drinks are the Coca-Cola machines that have the different flavors of everything. They have a coffee machine as well, and tea, and then they just constantly are changing out the snacks to chips, to graham crackers, to, I mean, the snacks were unlimited. And yeah, 100% free, included while you're up there. Take as much as you want, shove them in your bag so you can eat them throughout, because that's what he does.
I ate 2 graham
You
crackers.
have 5 bags of graham crackers in your bag.
They're provisions.
Sure. But yes, they are free, Mike. So
yes, they are free.
Take them.
Yeah. I don't think.
And just know that the lounges don't have bathrooms except for the one at Disney Springs.
Oh, that's a good thing too.
It's the only one that has. But you can, so like at the one at Epcot, you can just go back downstairs, go to the restroom that's right there, and then come back upstairs. Or if you're staying for the extra hours, they do let you use that employee one. I saw somebody use it while we were there.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
During normal hours, they will not. So the point charts. They have released further out into 2026. And Mike, this will be good if you do get your DVC. This is how you're going to start planning your vacations, is you look at your point charts for how much it's going to be for the week you're looking at. And the point charts tell you how many points it's going to take per night. So I utilize the points charts for our vacations that we just booked for May for our anniversary, and then I didn't look at the point chart for November because we're going, so I just saw online. But you can utilize those point charts to see how much it's gonna cost or how much points it's gonna cost to stay. But now they've extended that further into 2026.
Oh, the dining packages? Okay, yeah, so that's what let me read that over again. So, what?
Like reading a book to them.
I'm just reading what's on the thing.
Yeah, those were just notes.
Oh. That's your notes to put here.
For to talk about.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not read.
But that's what you did in the last one.
I didn't read straight through. I just read the last because you asked me to explain it. And
I put because example. I'm reading it because remember I don't know what I'm talking about. Hmm. I just want to be involved.
So dining packages for you, Mike. There are 2 options. You have the quick service option and the table service option. For quick service, you get 2 quick services a day, 1 snack per day, and then 1 refillable mug. For the table service, it's 1 quick service per day, 1 table service per day, and 1 snack per day. So what that really means is, say you pick the quick service option where you only do quick service, you have 2 quick services that you can eat per day. Say you only eat 1, it goes to the next day. You just need to utilize all of them by the time that you leave. What you need to look at the dining plan as is a prepaid service. It is not saving you money. It is really just taking the burden of paying for it there off your plate. You can book it and add it to your reservation, and it's done. For us, we would use the quick service because that's really where we eat. We go into, say, Cosmic Rays, go in, eat, and we're out. So it just takes the mental stress of, should I have a table service? Should I have a quick service? If you do the table service, which we would probably never do, because we're not going to eat a table service every single day of our trip, but we will have quick service every single day.
The best way I can also describe it is like, I don't know.
You just asked what quick service was. So quick service, yes, it is a part of mobile ordering. But what you need to look at as a quick service is anything where a server is not serving you. So you got to think about Cosmic Rays, Pecos Bill, ABC Commissary, the Backlot Studio.
Where you're grabbing your tray yourself at the thing and then sitting down.
Where you can do a mobile order, that is usually going to be your quick services, because I can't do a mobile order at 50's prime time. That would be considered a table service. So table service is just you have a server who's serving you. Quick service is going to be where you can just walk in, order, go right to the next person, get your food, and walk away.
So the meal thing, what I was going to say is like, have you ever went on like a school field trip? like, and they gave you like a food voucher.
Yes.
That's how I think of it, is
Correct.
like a food voucher. Each day you get a food voucher for that day.
Correct. So if I'm there for 4 nights with a quick service dining package, that's 8 quick services, 4 snacks per day. Well, total. Technically, you could use all 8 in one day if you wanted to. It's really just how you want to use them. You don't have to feel obligated to use 2 that day. If you're not that hungry throughout a whole day at the parks, save it for the next day.
So what are snacks then? Like, what are they?
So there's all different types of snacks. You can get snacks, which is popcorn at the little stands, like going into the hub of Main Street. You can go to the popcorn stand and use a snack. I wouldn't do that. I would go to your ice cream that you get. That would be a snack.
Okay.
That's something that I would use my snack on, because I won't say it's a meal, but you're spending.
So let's say for the day,
$15.
Let's just say, for hypothetical, for some people, you get your voucher. Just say a voucher, your meal for the day, your meals for the day. So your snack, I want a snack today. I'm going to get an ice cream. Don't get popcorn. It's not worth it.
I would not get ice cream like a Mickey Premium bar. I would get ice cream. If I'm at Magic Kingdom, my snack would probably be Auntie Gravity's, where you can get a banana split for free.
So banana split, and then a quick service. So then I'm going to go to Cosmic Rays for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's after that? Is there a dinner?
You get 2 quick services and a snack per day.
And okay. So that would be great for us, like, because we get this quick service and a snack for the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Can you add on?
You can use.
Yeah, but can you go to them and be like, I want to add more?
No. Dining plans are the dining plans.
Okay. All right. Can you use the dining package along with your, I know what you're, you know how we do the Fantasmic and dining?
Yes.
Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to just touch on that?
So we do the Fantasmic dining package, where we get to pick at Hollywood Studios the 4 restaurants, eat a meal, and then you get a ticket to go to the VIP section in Fantasmic. You can utilize your dining plan for that as a table service. So if you had the table service one, you would be able to use that as your table service.
Oh, okay. So then that would be perfect for like Mike and his husband. If they do Fantasmic, then they can use that dining package.
Partner, I don't know if
he did.
Oh, he did? Oh.
Yeah, because I'm watching. Because you're answering the questions. You're answering my questions.
Mike, thank you so much for all your questions. If you have more questions, feel free to DM us. We'd be more than happy to answer your questions for you. We'll probably be going live again next Sunday. But for anybody who wants to hear this fun live, we will be putting the audio on our podcast tonight on both Apple Music and Spotify, and the recording will also go on for our YouTube podcast as well.
You're absolutely welcome.
My pleasure.
And even if you don't have, like, you can ask these questions throughout other podcasts. I mean, it's not just, for this one itself. So our next episode, we are going off the beaten path. Instead of talking about strategy and diving into Disney pet peeves, we are going straight to Reddit. Good old Reddit. And we are going to be talking about Disney pet peeves. So
yeah, we're going to hop into Disney pet peeves, those Reddit comments, and some of these really had us stopping mid-scroll to really turn our heads or laugh or be like completely, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So some of these were completely unhinged, and we want to bring that to y'all. So yeah.
Sometimes we do it. Sometimes you do it.
But we thought it would be very fun
yeah.
to talk about some Disney pet peeves and read some Reddit comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for everyone who joined. Mike, again, if you do have any other questions, feel free to DM us. We're more than happy to answer your questions. That goes for anybody. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Before you leave, what is your favorite ride? His favorite ride is Living with the Land.
Oh, I love Living with the Land.
My favorite ride would probably have to be Guardians.
Well, now you say mine's something like little.
Your favorite ride is Living with the Land.
I mean, it is, but you make it sound like it's something like I'm like a little old man.
Mm.
Okay, let's not do that.
Guardian, same.
Okay, now you guys all making me feel like I'm afraid to go. How many times have we went on?
You do like Guardians, but
Now
your favorite ride is Living with
It
the Land.
is, but now I have to overcompensate for my masculinity.
You don't.
Okay, I do like
You're Living with the Land.
Yeah.
You have to ride it every time we go. Ooh, Rise of the Resistance. Yeah, we do love that one as well.
Which one is that one?
That's the Star Wars ride.
There's like 5,000 of them.
Not the one where you're in the Millennium Falcon and you have to push all the buttons and stuff.
I don't like that one.
That's the other one where...
I like the one where you drop down.
Yeah, that's the one he's talking about.
Oh, that's the one?
Yeah.
With the beep boop, beep boop?
Yeah.
And you drop down?
Yeah.
I like that one.
And they put you in the cell and everything. That's Rise of the Resistance.
I don't like Star Wars. Okay. That's going to be a lot of hate mail.
All right. So we will see you guys next week on our next live. Mike, we love you too. Hope to see you soon.
You're like, we love you too.
I wanted to look
no,
at
but
the
you go like
camera.
this. Like, I love you too. You look like a killer. All right.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.